Yeah, lastly, we have the final presentations. So actually, when I first read their team name, the Ministry of Maritime Education, I thought it was a typo. So it was really big name, right? So I would like to introduce the last team, but the least team, the Ministry of Maritime Education. Their title is a proposal for amendment of IMO model course for improving environmental perception of seafarers. Please welcome our last team, Ministry of Maritime Education, with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon. This is Team Ministry of Maritime Education. It is a great honor for us to present our proposal at the mock-IMO Assembly.
This delegation will present a proposal for amendment of the IMO model course for improving environmental perception of seafarers.
Also, we believe that the education will be conducted in accordance with the IMO trend at the Maritime Education Institution through this proposal.
We hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, distinguished delegates and judges of the mock-IMO Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, this delegation is the Ministry of Maritime Education. We would like to propose the amendment of the IMO model course related to the prevention of pollution in the marine environment. This presentation consists of 4 parts: background, problem analysis, solution, lastly, conclusion. In the first part, we will introduce the reason why we propose to amend the IMO model course. Recently, IMO announced IMO 2020, an environmental policy regulation that significantly strengthens the sulfur content of ship fuel oil from 3.5% to 0.5%, effective January 1st, 2020. Also, as the IMO considers the environment important, PWTS was enforced to be equipped for all ships within 2024 by adopting regulations on ballast water treatment in 2017. The shipping industry is largely divided into 3 categories: shipbuilding, ship owners, and seafarer. In line with this regulation, shipbuilders and ship owners are responding in common to prevent marine environmental pollution. Shipping companies are reducing greenhouse gases by placing on order for LNG propulsion ships and installing scrubber. The number of ships with scrubber is increasing as follows. In addition, it can be seen from this graph that the order volume for LNG propulsion ships is also increasing. However, for seafarers, education to prevent marine environmental pollution is rather insufficient compared to the speed of responding to environmental regulation, lagging behind the other 2 fields. So, we propose an amendment of the IMO model course. All maritime education is based on IMO model course. However, environmentally related IMO model course lags behind modern maritime regulations in some ways. Through this, we know that the maritime institution focuses only existing ships and is not prepared for ships to be commercialized. Therefore, this delegation focused on enhancement in maritime education around the world by partially amending IMO model course 1.38 Marine Environmental Awareness to propose improved standards for maritime education in line with changing maritime environmental regulation.
The result of our delegation's analysis of the problem are as follows. The credits of IMO training course were divided into 4 categories: Among the 4 categories, subject related to marine environmental pollution is included in other related subjects. According to IMO model course, the total credits of other related subjects are about 38.65%, and only 0.8% of the subjects are related to marine environmental pollution. This delegation surveyed the training courses and credits in 6 categories of major maritime education institutions in member states. The proportion of subjects related to marine environmental pollution by each institutions is as shown. Marine environmental pollution prevention related subjects account for 0.8% of the total credits in maritime education institutions. These figures show a significantly low proportion of marine environmental pollution related subjects in overall time. Such education may lead to a lack of environmental knowledge and awareness of future seafarers. A few educational institutions do not include subjects related to marine environmental pollution in their curriculum. However, the latest IMO's policy tends to strengthen environmental regulations in recognition of the importance of marine environment. So, it means their curriculum is inconsistent with the IMO's policy. Therefore, it is required to be improved. As a result, this delegation is of the view that the lecture time for marine environmental pollution prevention should be increased. So, we would like to propose to amend the Article 7, 8, 9 of IMO Model Course 1.38 Marine Environmental Awareness to supplement the lecture time related to marine environmental protection. In Article 7, this delegation has added details regarding LNG engine used in eco-friendly ships introduced by shipping companies, that is, LNG propulsion ships, as an article to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Article 8 deals with sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, and other substances that are released into the air. Accordingly, this delegation has added the methods such as using LSFO and scrubber, which are commonly used by shipping companies to reduce sulfur oxides. And Article 9 is related to the invasion of foreign species due to ballast water treatment. This delegation added the following information about the ballast water treatment system to 9.2 pollution prevention measures. Prior to the revision, the education time presented in this IMO model course was 12 hours, but it is increased to 15 hours by adding the above details. The expected advantages of revising IMO model course 1.38 Marine Environmental Awareness are as follows. First, prospective seafarers can be informed the intention of marine environmental awareness educations pursued by IMO. Second, by presenting specific training contents by IMO, educational institutions can provide systemic training. Third, they can run about up-to-date environmental regulations and their corresponding countermeasures in the training field. Fourth, if they board a ship With training, they can easily address on environmental pollution prevention equipments. Finally, they can improve environmental awareness through an amended model course.
Lastly, this is our conclusion. This amendment corresponds to number 6 of the IMO strategic directions. Address the human elements by 2023, so we construct this based on the output number 6.13, development of amendments to the revised guidelines for the development, review, and validation of model codes. As our member states know, in 2020, the theme of the IMO was Sustainable Shipping for a Sustainable Planet. And in 2022, it is New Technologies for Greener Shipping. With this, we know that IMO is paying attention to the environment. As the theme is that seafarers are the core of the shipping industry in 2021, it can be seen that seafarers must also strive together to protect the environment. So, the solution that we have presented urge seafarers to work towards greener shipping by understanding the ultimate goal of greener shipping and understanding the specific usage. Of course, you may wonder if the amendment of the IMO model course is effective. However, most maritime education institutions establish their curriculums based on IMO model course. If the contents of the marine environment are not revised in IMO model course, the gap between environmental regulation on the site and environmental awareness of seafarers will be widened. On the other hand, environmental regulations are compulsory. That means it is unavoidable to respond. This delegation is of the view that this matter can be overcome through the cooperation of all member states, not by a few member states. Therefore, this delegation insists on amending the IMO model course so that maritime education institutions around the world can conduct standardized environmental education. Through the amendment of IMO model course, it is anticipated all IMO member states to recognize the importance of the marine environment and to cultivate seafarers who can strive to protect the marine environment. Therefore, we propose to HTW a new work program for amendment of the IMO model course 1.38 Marine Environment Awareness. We would like to express our sincere gratitude for sharing your valuable time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentations. It finishes very calmly, so I just recognize that it has been finished. Thank you so much. Thank you, Team Ministry of Maritime Education, for your presentations. Now, I'd like to invite judges for their insightful comments and questions for these topics. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. So, as a conclusions, you showed to some impressive word and statement, like sustainable shipping for the sustainable planet. Another one is new technology for greener shipping. Seafarer is a core of a sustainable planet and greener shipping. in this times, and so you take into consideration is maritime autonomous surface ship. And so if there is no seafarer on board, how to get the sustainable planet, how to get the greener shipping. I would like to listen to your the wisdom and idea.
Wait a second, please.
What this delegation understood about that question is that when automized vessel come out, you means how to protect the environment by seafarers, right? You mean the future?
I means to the, if there is no seafarer
No.
on board.
First, this delegation would like to thank judges for your question. If there is no seafarers in vessel, first we have to find the way how to reduce greenhouse gases, like LSFO or installing scrubber and LNG propulsion ships. Maybe after more future like that, maybe we can use ammonia propulsion ship, and maybe there will be seafarers, but not in vessel. Like maybe seafarers will be change operator in MASS. So we think we.
Okay, because of the time constraint, I would like to some comments to relevant to my question. And so the maritime autonomous surfaces is coming. A seafarer now is on board is possible. However, in the future, response to the occupational transit from on board to the land base to the occupations as of seafarer. Maybe, I think it's maybe seafarer word is not, it's disappeared in the future. And so is serious time, maybe at least is 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years later, maybe your response to the how to the transit from the IMO model course, take into consideration IMO model course,
Thank you.
maritime autonomous surface ship. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your comments. Yes, please.
Thank you, and thank you for your nice presentation. Yeah, actually, based upon your presentation, especially slide number 11, I'm so very surprised to.
We share slide 11. What one?
Yep. Yep. Actually, there is some statistics how many subjects on marine environment are being educated at the university. Especially, I don't know if that's true, but if this is true, I'm very, very surprised that KMOU doesn't educate any subject to marine environment to the navigation at the Department of Navigation. I'm not sure, but if this is true, I guess your solution, first solution, is to recommend member state, especially as a Ministry of Maritime Education, recommend the university or nation government to include some basic education course, especially at the Maritime University, to running the environment issue. That is, and first you need to do be a first solution, and then you need to bring this issue to IMO to revise the IMO model course, or I stress that. That's my recommendation. How about think about this recommendation?
Yep. This delegation would like to thank Judge for your question. We presented figures on KMOU as 0%, but we searched only on marine environmental pollution prevention. There is a subject called MAPOL. They teach it MAPOL, but they don't teach marine environmental pollution prevention. So we presented as a figure 0%. It is a very good advice for your first advice, but we think IMO model course is not mandatory in here. IMO model course suggested as just a guideline. So we thought IMO, if we revise IMO guidelines, it would be suggest for international maritime education institution, for all maritime institutions. Yeah.
Okay. According to my personal experiences, don't dig deeper at this stage. I think there will be a lot of subjects for dealing with those kind of things, so I think we can explore more. Okay, so can we invite Paret Marhe? I think the name is very difficult for me to pronounce, so could you please, yes, share your ideas?
First and foremost, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. It really gave us a new perspective of looking at a problem that has been plaguing us for quite a long time. But what I'm curious about is how your proposal is to raise the absolute number of credits that in the IMO model course that a person would need to take. And it's the absolute number, so you're not replacing another subject or another required credit with the credits that you add, but since you're raising the absolute value of credits, wouldn't that burden the students that are looking to be seafarers further? Why would you propose to raise the absolute number of credits rather than replace it with another subject?
Thank you, Chairman. This delegation would like to thank Team Patemarhe for your question. Your question is why we add the subject instead of the exchange, right?
Basically, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The energy propulsion ship and the scrubber and BWTS is a new technology. A past ship doesn't have a scrubber or a BWTS. And the energy propulsion ship is stick. The future eco-friendly ship. Yeah. So we have to edit the new technology from the exist course. Yeah. Thank you.
I think we have accommodated one more comment from the floor. Yes. One short comment, please. Yes.
Question. The IMO model course is basically all from the STCW. Then why not amend some provisions at STCW as a further aspect? But why did you amend it in the IMO model course?
Beautiful last question with the ending sign.
We will just answer in summary because of time. We thought about that method, but we thought we consider about the revision time. By revising IMO model course, it is more shorter than revising STCW convention. So we thought this matter is very important. So we have to revise quickly, and then if we have effect on this revision, we can amend the STCW. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, the team Ministry of Maritime Education, specifically for their patience. Please give them a big round of applause.